Hi, I know you're out there setting goals for the new year and you're all excited about what's going on. Have you ever, though, set a goal and then come up to this place where it felt like you actually hit a wall and you couldn't get any farther, or you hit the wall and you bounced back and then you went at it again and you hit the same wall and you just couldn't get beyond that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. I call it the terror barrier. We're going to talk about how to get through that and really get to the goals you want this year. So I'm Dr. Shelley Nash. I'm a personal empowerment coach and consultant with Proctor Gallagher Institute. Super excited to share with you more today about how this works. We have been talking about the mind, and I shared with you before the stick figure, which was developed by a chiropractor in 1934 as a way to describe how the mind works. So let's look at that again. We have here just the basic stick figure. This is the large circle represents your mind and the smaller circle represents your body. The top part of the top circle is your conscious mind, which is your thoughts. And the bottom part is your subconscious mind, which is your emotions and feelings. And then the body has to do with the behaviors that you take. So this first aspect of what we're going to talk about is referred to as bondage. It's kind of doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result, but getting the same result. We kind of call that the definition of insanity. So you're thinking X-type thoughts, and you're then emotionalizing X-type thoughts, and then you're taking behaviors that have to do with the same X-type thoughts and feelings, and then your behaviors are in the same vibration, and then you're creating a result that is in that same vibration of X. So say we call this, if you're thinking thoughts of somebody that makes $50,000 a year, then you're going to be emotionalizing that and feeling with feelings of making that amount of money. And then you're going to be taking behaviors that someone that makes $50,000 a year would make, and then you're going to get the result of what somebody that makes $50,000 a year would make. So if you want to make a different result, you're going to have to change some of your thoughts. So you're going to have to become, have a different goal, have a different thought, have a thoughts of somebody that makes, say, $150,000 a year. So when you're doing the same process, we call it bondage. And then, so now it's the new year, you're setting some goals, you have some ideas of goals that you want. These ideas are coming from outside of you. You're creating them, but they come from the outside, and then you start thinking about these goals. These we're going to call a new thought, so it's a why thought. So you're having a why thought about a new goal. And then what happens in this scenario, we call it reason, because you're just reasoning this idea. You're not really taking it into your feelings and emotions. You're not taking it further down into your subconscious mind. You're not holding an image of it or anything. It's just an idea. So then the why idea stays up in the conscious mind, and you still have the same X idea in your emotional mind or your feeling mind. And then because this is what's impressed, the vibration of this is impressed into your body, you're still going to get behaviors that are in with the X vibration, and you're still going to get an X vibration result. So this we call reason, because there's no emotion involved with it, there's no vision, there's no imagination, and you're getting the same result over and over again. Even though you have the idea of what you want, you haven't taken it into your body. So then the next step is where you're going to hit the terror barrier. So this is the next phase that you're going to go into. So you have this why idea, but instead of leaving it in your conscious mind, you're going to actually move it down into your subconscious mind. So it's going to be there with the X vibration still. You're going to have a Y and an X vibration in there. So you're going to start emotionalizing this Y idea, this Y goal. And then everything that is in the subconscious mind, when it's emotionalized, the vibration goes down into the body, and then in that body, with the XY vibration, that actually is sort of like a conflict, like a chaos, because they don't go together, they don't mix well. And so you're in this super uncomfortable area that you've never been in before, and you're feeling conflict, and you're feeling like anxiety, and you're trying to get to this new result that you want. But this is where you're like bumping against this wall. You bump against it, and then instead you go back into bondage. You bump against it, go back into bondage. You bump against it, go back into bondage. It's chaos. And so what's happening really is, as you're feeling all of these feelings, you're starting to have uncomfortable feelings. So you start to consciously start to worry and doubt. And then when you're consciously thinking worry and doubt, then emotionally you're going to start being afraid. Oh, I can't get that goal. What was I thinking? I can't get that goal. No, I don't know if I can get that goal. And then in your body, it's going to start turning into anxiety. You're going to be anxious and you're going to be uncomfortable. And so this is what you have to recognize is happening. Unless you just accept that uncomfortableness and go for it anyway and just shoot right through the terror barrier, you're going to go right back into this area that we were in before, which is the doing the same old thing, doing the X, getting the same old result. So the only way is to feel the uncomfortableness and do it anyway. So as you practice this, you'll get better and better at it, because you're going to start developing an understanding of what's happening. And eventually then you're going to have the why idea in your conscious mind. You're going to have the why idea in your subconscious mind. You're going to have a why idea and the why vibration in your body, and you're going to be creating the why result. So you're going to have an understanding and a faith that it's going to be happening. And as you create that, you're going to create the freedom that you want. You're going to get to the goals that you want. And so it's a matter of getting congruent and in alignment with the why idea on the other side of the terror barrier. You're still going to have to really focus on this why idea in your subconscious mind in order to make it happen. And then when this is all comfortable and nice, guess what happens next? Then this is your new point A, and you pick another goal that's going to be a big goal that's going to set up the same pattern for you to grow and for you to get into this uncomfortable place so that you can go through another terror barrier so you can get to another result. So the process of going through the terror barrier doesn't ever really change. You just get better and better at it. You get more comfortable being uncomfortable. So another aspect to this, we're going to talk about this worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety, and a little bit more on how that works. That's really something called the law of polarity. So I know this is a lot to look at, but just look at this left side first. So in the law of polarity, you have a positive vibration and a negative vibration. So the negative vibration is that of ignorance, and then the positive vibration is that of knowledge. So when you have innate energy, innate wisdom coming into your body every single day, you always have the power of choice. So you can choose to be in a negative polarity or a positive polarity. Now, say for example, you choose to be in a negative polarity, and how you do that is you start worrying and you start doubting yourself. And that's what you're holding in your conscious mind, is worry and doubt. Now we know that when you hold something in your conscious mind, in your conscious thoughts, that's going to be impressed on the subconscious mind. And in the subconscious mind, when you impress worry and doubt, it becomes fear. And this is probably, one of the worst things ever, to be stuck in fear. And when fear is then internalized, emotionalized, and really imagined, then that gets impressed on the body. And when it's impressed down into the body, it becomes anxiety. And now anxiety in your body is usually suppressed. Most people suppress anxiety. And so when you suppress anxiety, that actually becomes depression. Now, how big a problem is depression in our society? It's huge. There's so many people that are in this negative polarity cycle right now that don't know how to get out of it. So as you learn this, you can teach people, you can help people understand this cycle. So depression then leads to dis-ease, a dis-ease in the body and a disintegration in the body. And I say it even leads to death. So this is a negative cycle. Now, when you're setting those goals and you're trying to get something new in your life, this is what the first step that you have to avoid. As soon as you start to doubt yourself or worry about the result, then you're going to possibly go down this negative spiral, and you don't want that to happen. So how do you counteract this? So the counteract of this is to, when the energy is coming to you, every single moment of the day, you want to constantly be choosing knowledge and the positive polarity. So by gaining more knowledge and understanding of how your mind works, of how your body works, what you're doing right now is giving you more knowledge about what is happening. And really the only way to gain more knowledge is to study about the mind, to study about how your body works, to study and understand what's going on. So this, in the conscious mind, the positive polarity is understanding and knowledge. And then when that is impressed into the subconscious mind as emotion, it becomes faith. And so faith is the ability to really see the invisible, to believe in the incredible, and to receive what most people would call the impossible. So when you're thinking about your goals, you want to, rather than going to worry and doubt, you want to go to, what can I learn? How can I understand this? How can I study about the goal that I'm trying to achieve? How can I have faith? How can I imagine what my goal is, to be able to see it and believe in my goal, believe that and know that I can achieve my goal? So that's some of the aspects of faith. And when you have enough faith, then you can receive what most people would say, wow, that was impossible. How did you get that? That was just luck. No, you were actually creating it in your mind. So then faith, when faith from the subconscious mind is impressed upon the body, it becomes a sense of well-being. And well-being is usually expressed by people. I mean, people that feel fabulous, they're excited, they're energetic, they're vibrating at a different rate than most people are. You notice when somebody feels good. You say, wow, they're in such a good mood. So well-being is expressed. And well-being is a momentum and an acceleration of life. And that moves also into ease of being, and then ultimately into being a creative, creating your life from a creative vibration. And so this is the path that you want to choose from beginning to end to reach your goals, to the using the knowledge, understanding, study, faith, moving into well-being, acceleration, ease, and creation. So avoid the negative polarity, go for the positive polarity, and you're much more likely to achieve your goals this year. I'm so excited to be working with you. If you're more interested in learning about this, you can sign up for a free discovery session with me at thinkintoresults.com. I'd be happy to talk to you about your goals, what you're going to achieve this year, and any suggestions I have, and if I can help you with anything, I'd be happy to help you. So we look forward to talking to you next time, and have a fabulous day.